everybody. Welcome to the Section 325 podcast.
The second half.
The second half. Here we are. We're kicking off the NFL season. We're happy to be back on a regular basis.
Yeah.
We're going to be...
we'll be back every week now, I think.
Well,
we have a lot to talk about. I mean, it's been a whole off season.
Yeah, it's been a lot, and some really cool things have happened, some crazy things, lots of fights going on in these preseason I've seen. But
yeah,
we are excited to give you our take, our views on the NFL season, our favorite teams, and some predictions that we're going to bring your way.
Yeah, that's what we'll have for you today. And next week, I don't know, we'll talk about fantasy football for you fantasy nerds. Next following week, I don't know. We'll just bring you football.
Hopefully we have a surprise that we can share with you soon. We're not going to talk about it till it's finalized, but we got a cool phone call, and that's all I'm going to tell you. So we'll hopefully be able to give you more information on that. It's in the early stages, so we are excited. But right now it's time to talk about a little NFL.
Yeah, what have you been seeing so far in training camps? And do you watch the NFL Hard Knocks? They're on.
No, I haven't seen it yet. Who's on it this year? Bengals?
The Giants and then the Bears.
Oh, the Bears.
I think that one's doing. I haven't been watching this season, so it didn't strike my interest. So I was kind of curious.
I'm just watching the receivers on Netflix.
Yeah, I watched the receivers.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we watched it all. That was a really good series.
Yeah, I thought the quarterback one was better, but this one's good.
Yeah,
as well.
I liked how they had more because the quarterbacks they had the 3, but this one they had 5 receivers and they threw in tight end Kittle. But it was interesting to watch too because each player had a different point of view or a different family style. Like Jefferson, he was a single guy, and then these other guys, they one had a girlfriend, but the others had families.
And Jefferson's living in a duplex with a chef.
Yeah, I know.
Is it ready yet?
In a normal house, it's like $400,000.
Good for him, man.
Yeah.
I know he spent a little bit on that grill, but
and that bling bling that he has, that big collar necklace.
Yeah, there was a guy, I think it was Chad Ochocinco, and he said that all his was fake. It was all fake, and nobody knew it. I'm like, good for that guy. Nobody can tell.
He played it off well.
Well, because if somebody tries to take it,
that's true.
They walk off with a fake. Anyway. How disappointing would they be when they take it to a jeweler? Hey, what can I get for this?
It's like, I got it from Chad Ochocinco. I was like,
Yeah. Chad Cubic Zirconia, more like it.
Now, you've been following the Seahawks training camp?
I have. Actually went to the training camp last week.
Oh, yeah? That's what you were doing there.
Oh, yeah, went over, checked it out. It's the first time I'd ever been to the VMAC, new coaching staff. It was really laid back. I mean, it's just, going through the motions and then, a couple scrimmage plays here and there. Guys just battling, and then to watch him up close, I saw DK drop 3 straight balls. It was crazy, and
he is human.
He just had an off day. I don't know what was on his mind, but yeah, it's just interesting to watch all these guys, do, you played football and they're doing some of the same stuff that, I did when I was playing, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, same drills too sometimes. That's one thing I remember my coach, he would pull drills that BSU was doing at their camps or whatever. So it felt kind of, okay, cool, we're stepping up a bit. But
yeah, I remember being a sophomore and, playing my first high school football. I didn't play freshman year, but I started as sophomore. And I was playing defensive end. I came around and I was going up against the varsity, but I got around and I drilled our quarterback in the back and sacked him. And he had the red jersey on. They were pissed at me. And one of the coaches, he couldn't pronounce my last name, and he grabs my helmet and he's like, shit. Do you know what this is? He couldn't say my last name, holds the football up, and he's like, I go, football? He goes, that's right. I'll pull your head out of your ass. We don't hit the quarterback. I was like, sorry.
But, that's funny.
Yeah, it might have been my greatest high school play ever, and it was in practice. But anyway.
I remember I was a receiver, so I remember catching tennis balls because you had to catch with your fingers. And that was one of our drills, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Instead of palming it, whatever, you want to try to reach your hands out, fingers out to catch with the tennis ball.
I hope that DK this year starts
That's
using
what
his hands more.
yeah, he might have to do some tennis ball drills.
Dude, him and well, I won't complain about Lockett because Lockett can catch the body catches. He brings them
Oh
into
yeah,
his body. He doesn't use his hands. It's all body,
yeah.
unless
So,
it's over the top. He's
well,
Lockett's just good.
yeah.
He is good.
I think those are his like key plays too. A lot of times over the
Yeah,
shoulder.
they have been. Last year he
Well,
didn't catch
down the
as
field.
many down the field
Yeah.
passes. So, well, we're gonna find out what kind of year they're gonna have. Well, let's go to the clicker. I know Travis put some stuff together for us today, and let's get
Yeah,
through it.
I thought it would be kind of fun just to kind of get our take, our view on, because there's 32 teams out there. Each team could have a great season or a bad season. You don't know. It's the beginning of the year. Look at the Lions a couple of years ago. They had a horrible season and they bounced back and got into the NFC Championship and playoffs for the first time in 30 years. But yeah, I thought I would just get our take on all the teams. See, just kind of shoot from the hip, and we'll go from there.
Okay,
So
here we go. Picks for the bag.
Click next. Go to the question. Next one, and right there.
What will this team's overall record be? Oh, okay.
Don't look.
Okay. So sorry. All right, let me grab one I didn't see. Oh, the Arizona Cardinals. Exciting right off the get-go, everybody. Well, they do have their quarterback back for a full season this year.
Hopefully.
Murray.
He'll be healthy.
Yeah, I think Murray's always, something to reckon. That guy can run.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Everybody's predicting them to be last in the division.
Mm-hmm.
Golly. I think that they're good for probably like a 7-9 season.
7-10.
7-10, yeah. 7-10. Sorry. You always revert back to what you knew forever. But yeah, 7-10. It'd be the most wins that I'd probably give them around 7.
Okay.
And I think that they could beat anybody in our division, but I just don't think they're good against the rest of the league. Which I believe the opposite about the Seahawks.
What do you think Seahawks will do in that division?
I think we're going to be, 9-8.
Okay. So, well, we'll get more into the divisions rounds for you. So I got the Saints. Same question for me. I think the whole division NFC South all ended like 8-9 last year.
Well, they're talking highly about that quarterback that came from Oklahoma.
Yeah. So they face Falcons with Cousins over there now, which I think that team improved a little bit. So I don't know if they'll get those 2 wins against the Falcons. Mayfield is still in Bucks, or still in Tampa, but yeah, I see the Saints. I really liked their defense last year. I was they were my favorite defense going in the season last year, and I'll still stick to that. And I'll go 8-9.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll still make the playoffs.
Is what Derek Carr is going to show up now? He's got another year being there with the Saints, and they showed some brilliancy. They just showed some awful offensive play, and as good as their defense was, you can't stay in games when you're turning the ball over and you can't keep the offense on the field.
Yeah.
They were so up and down. But
yeah. So that's our question there. Next one.
Playoff team or not for these guys?
Draw each one. New pick each one.
This is fun. Oh, the chefs. Oh, there's 2 stuck together. So the Chiefs, yeah, obviously back-to-back Super Bowls. Nobody wants to see them there again unless you're in Kansas City. Are we dealing with another Patriots already? Like, we didn't even get a break.
No, I mean, what, in 5 years they've been in the Super Bowl 4 times, won 3.
Yeah, they're the next Patriots already, and
I don't like it because they're in my division.
It's funny, as Brady went along, I disliked him, and when he went to Tampa, I really liked him.
Well, because I feel like he changed. Like he was more on the pedestal of being who he had to be in New England. When he went to
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, he was able to like let himself free
Well,
and
and
get divorced and be happy.
but it made him, in my eyes, like, okay, this guy really is the GOAT. It's not the team that he played. He made the team great,
Hmm.
as well as all the other pieces. You can't disregard what Belichick did and
Yeah.
those defenses and all that and all those players. But he was there through it. But Patrick Mahomes, it's the opposite. I really like the guy coming out of college. I watched him play in college, and like, oh, this guy's another, basically Russell Wilson. Having watched Russell go to the Super Bowl 2 times in his first 3 years, and he's surpassed that. And now it's like, I don't like the way he walks. I don't like the way he talks. I'm sick of seeing
Yeah.
and I used to even like the tight end, and now that he's dating that girl, I I don't like her music. I'm sorry. I know that everybody likes it, but uh, I I don't know. I don't know what to think about all that, but I'm tired of it. We need new teams in there.
Yeah, this is Sean's true feelings about the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm tired of the Chiefs. Let's see who you got.
Uh,
Playoffs? Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Chiefs are going to be in the playoffs.
I got the Rams. Yeah, I think they'll make the playoffs. Will they win their division? I don't think so because I think the Niners will take it, but they'll get in there with the wild card for sure.
Yeah, Aaron Donald retired. They're going to still be as
But
good on
I think
defense.
the talent is still there on offense. Puka Nakua, he's very talented. Cooper Cup will be back healthy.
They say he's back 100%,
Yeah.
but the Puka just got hurt.
Oh, did he really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard how serious it is.
I still think they're talented enough to get the wild card. So yeah, I think they're a playoff team.
Well, and they have a veteran quarterback in Stafford, so you kind of expect those guys, kind of like an Aaron Rodgers at Green Bay. Every year they're in the playoffs.
Yep.
And Stafford's no weak link. He's a good quarterback. So
yeah.
All right.
I'll go next.
Will this team be carried by the offense or the defense?
Carolina Panthers.
Well, that's easy.
That's
an easy question.
But will Young bounce back from having a horrible rookie quarterback season? This one's tough because they won 2-3 games last year.
Before you say any more, I almost opened up the show with, how glad are you that you're not a Carolina Panthers fan? Because they just seem boring to me.
Yeah. I think this year, I think they're going to focus on the offense because I feel like they need to score points to win games. So, I mean,
who's going to carry him, though?
I know. I don't know. The offense, they'll win them one more game.
So what you're saying is the offense has to carry them.
Yeah.
Who's going to carry them? I believe it'll be the defense. But... All right, my turn. These ones are stuck together. The Giants.
Oh.
The G-Men. Well, the New York Giants. Boy, we're picking some doozies here today.
But hey, it's making us branch out to other teams, especially on the East Coast, that we may not.
I'll tell you what the Giants are. They're looking at fighting every play, and they're scrimmaging the Lions 2 days in a row now.
Yeah.
And there's been fights both days.
Yeah.
I don't.
Jones.
Yeah,
trying to get in a fight.
Yeah, his coach said, "What are you gonna do in there? What are you gonna do?" Right? Which is funny, but I just don't see Daniel Jones as a good quarterback at all. And what did they do to improve their offense? Nothing. Mm-hmm. They lost their tight end. He retired.
And their running back.
Him and his wife broke up. They traded he retired.
Waller?
Yeah, because him and his wife broke up. At least that was what I was hearing. I don't know if he actually did it, so I don't want to give you false information, but he was so upset by the divorce. His wife was she was an athlete too. She had something, soccer, WNBA, I don't know what it was. But in this case, I think the Giants will be led by their defense because they don't have anything on offense. Who do they have?
I mean, I don't know.
I
Yeah,
know
'cause like,
Daniel
when
Jones
Barkley
is a
went to
name, but
yeah, Barkley went to the Eagles.
mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say defense.
we're gonna go defense.
Yeah, defense.
The G-men. Why will this team's quarterback win an MVP? Oh boy, that's quite a question on who you could draw here. I hope you get the Steelers.
I know which one. Oh, it's Gino.
Oh, Gino. Gino's got a shot.
You know what? He does have a shot because they're the reason why I think he's going to learn from his mistakes from last year and his oh man, I like his drive, his anger will bounce back and yeah, he'll have a good year because he didn't make too many mistakes, but he's going to learn from them that he did.
Well, Levi Gurno said that the Seahawks have the best wide receiver core in all of the NFL.
Yeah, can't. Yeah, and that's another reason why too. DK and Lockett. So
and then Jigba.
Yeah.
So
that would be my reason.
Okay, so Gino's got a shot at winning an MVP, but of course, what does that take? If he has a great season and loses in the playoffs, or doesn't even make the playoffs, do you get an MVP?
I know because they don't do the voting until like the week of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think you got to get to the Super Bowl. So for Gino to get an MVP, this team's got to get to the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't say just necessarily the Super Bowl, but at least to the playoffs with a win under his belt. So
I think 80% of the teams we pull out of here will only get an MVP on their quarterback if they go to the Super Bowl.
That's true.
Oh, who do we have here? The Dallas Cowgirls. Here we go. Gosh, they're talking about that their quarterback might not even make it through the whole season. They might trade him.
Yeah, because it's his last year in his contract. Will this be his last year as a Cowboy?
Well, Rob Murillo said they're going to have a very bad year and they won't even have a winning record, and that will be the best thing to get rid of everybody and start over.
Huh.
I don't know. They've over the last several years, the Cowboys have I think the top winning percentage in the regular season of the entire league. They just can't turn that into those same wins.
One playoff win?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
So can Prescott win an MVP? I absolutely believe he can. I think he's got...
he might just be on the wrong team.
He could be, right? And who knows? Who knows? He hears the doubts, right? Is that coming internally or just externally?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but the guy can play. I don't know. There's a lot worse quarterbacks in the league than Prescott. I'll tell you that. I would take him. I don't know if I'd take him over Gino. I like the way Gino's playing.
Yeah.
I think Gino is I think he is not just solid. I think he brings he can throw that deep ball, right? That gives him that edge over some quarterbacks. He can be mobile and pretty fast. I think Prescott can do all that as well, but he just doesn't seem to throw that deep ball as well. So, but if you get to the Super Bowl and you carry your team, he could win an MVP. I think he's got a better shot than Murray.
Well, like you said too, if someone's going to win the MVP, they better be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If not, making it to the Super Bowl. So
and you never know. Anybody could. Look at who was the kid at with the Texans? His rookie year, he balled out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah. Okay, let's see what you got next.
I think it was the last question.
Why will this team win a Super Bowl? Super Bowl 59. What time is flying?
Yeah, I know.
Your team won in 50.
Yeah, I know.
We won 48.
It's been longer for you.
11 years, yeah.
Oh, well, that's the reason.
Speaking of the Texans,
speaking why, because C.J. Stroud will be the reason why they win the Super Bowl. If he did what he did his rookie year, puts it in his sophomore year, you always hear the sophomore slump of rookies having great years, and then it's just followed by a mediocre season. But yeah, if he carries that on, Texans, they're powering up. They got Diggs on their team now, so
well, you understand the sophomore
slump. They have a great
slump,
receiver
right?
core too. They have Nico Collins, and Diggs now. So
Hmm. The sophomore slump is real because people have you on
now you
tape.
have tape of them.
Yeah,
Yep.
you have tape. So what's his weaknesses?
So
Okay, this is his strengths. This is where we can attack him. And he knows his weaknesses. So did he work on that? Did he get in? So that's just the harder the guy works. Is it more than what the people are putting in time watching his film?
yeah,
So
but no, he will be the reason why they win Super Bowl 59.
CJ
All
Stroud.
right, so let's see if you get an NFC team. Oh, you
Oh,
don't.
the
Okay.
Bengals. The Bengals, they are a legit Super Bowl contender, I believe.
I would
They
say if Burrow can stay healthy.
Well, they had a nice little
They
run
did.
without Burrow last
Yeah.
year. So Burrow's healthy. He came in with his blonde hair. He's seeing, I guess, from what I actually just heard an interview with him on NFL Network, or NFL Radio. He came in a little more jacked up, and he was worried about putting on that extra muscle and weight because it might slow him down. But he actually got faster.
Oh,
So
really?
he's faster, bigger, stronger, and he says that his accuracy is because of his consistency. And he always wants to, he thinks that's his edge over other quarterbacks is his consistency. But the guy's a winner. He's been in the league a short amount of time. He can't seem to get past Mahomes. You know, they got to that one Super Bowl, couldn't win it. And was that against the Rams?
Yeah, it was the Rams. Yeah.
And
Last play.
so it's just, he's had a really nice career, and he can only get better. I think that he has better receivers than most guys do in the league. He's got some T.
Mm-hmm.
Higgins and who's the other guy?
Boyd.
No, the stud
No.
from LSU. He
Oh,
played
Chase. Yeah.
Chase.
Yeah. Jamar
Yeah,
Chase.
Jamar Chase.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
two guys are amazing together, and they have a good quarterback. So yeah, I think that I think the Bengals could very easily be in the Super Bowl, but can they get past these guys? That's $1 million question until somebody beats them, which they did.
Mm-hmm.
They just couldn't end it, and get that Super Bowl where the Chiefs get it and they get to the Super Bowl and they win, other than one year, which was the Tom Brady's year.
Well, they did beat the Chiefs when they went to the Super Bowl that year.
Well, that's what I mean. They
Yeah.
did it, but they
They
didn't.
did.
They didn't get the Super Bowl ring. They
Yep.
didn't finish it off. So it means nothing unless you win it all.
Yeah. Tell that to the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills, Vikings. They both went to 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
It's just the Vikings didn't go to 4 in a row. Ouch. But anyway.
In division leaders, who do you think will be your division leader in the NFC North?
NFC North, no way the Bears. I really like the Packers or the Lions in this one, and I'm going to give it to the Lions. I think the Lions have the edge. I think they have more unfinished business.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Packers are going to give. It's one. It's like 1 and 1A, right?
Yeah.
1A, 1B. These guys are both very good teams, and they're only have gotten better. So yeah, I'd say the Lions. I'm not going to take it from the Lions until they start skidding again, but the Packers are right there.
I'm gonna go with the Lions this time as well. Packers again. I'm right there with you. Like they're gonna give it all they can because they know the Lions are probably that slightly better than them. But yeah, Lions will take the North.
Yeah, that's going to be a division, and then you want to watch the number 1 draft pick, Caleb Williams, see how he does,
Yeah.
and then the Vikings without Kirk Cousins. And
Did you hear Caleb Williams' contract wants and needs?
no,
Yeah, he is just going. Obviously, he wants some ownership in the team, but I don't think the rules apply to players. So he's trying to get like a family member to be the part owner. He also wanted to try to get his mom to be the team's therapist, but only he could use her. So that way he can go to her on the sidelines and just see her.
I figured he'd want to be part owner of L'Oreal so he can paint his nails and wear his lipstick.
Yeah, and then something about his nails. He paints his nails on game days. And something with his dad being a coach too as part of the coaching staff, but not being an actual coach.
I don't know. This
It was
guy, I
just
hear mixed things,
I hear mixed things too.
but then I also heard he told the guys to clean up after yourself. These janitors don't need to pick up after us. We can throw things away. I thought,
I did hear that too. When I hear stuff like that, I'm like, do I really believe that he's asking this type of thing in his contract?
I did see him with lipstick and fingernail polish, so he does do those things, and maybe it just makes him feel pretty. I don't know. All right, the South. This is going to be the toughest division to pick again. Nobody blew anybody's socks off, but
no, I think they were all 1 or 2 games away from each other at the end of the year. So
Falcons are improved. The Panthers should be improved, but they're going to be the cellar dwellers.
Yeah.
Saints, and it comes down to the Saints and the Bucks for me again. But I think the Bucks. I think they have a lot of belief in Baker Mayfield, and you know what they say: let Baker bake.
Yep.
And I think the Bucks are going to win the division easily over the other teams.
Okay, I'm going to go. I like the Bucks. Baker Mayfield has always been kind of like a favorite non-Bronco player of mine, even from his draft day. That's just someone that even Jamie and I we watched when he got drafted, and just kind of like that little guy that you just kind of cheer for. I loved his commercials when he was with Progressive, staying at home with Baker.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, no, I really like him, but I think the Falcons are going to surprise some people. And
yeah, I mean, they do have Kirk Cousins.
They do have Kirk, he's a nice guy.
Nicest guy in football?
Yeah. So I would say Falcons. I'm going to go with that.
Okay. All right, you got the Falcons, I got the Bucks.
Yeah.
Moving along here in the NFC.
We'll write these down, see how well we do at the end of the year.
Oh man, this is a tough one.
This one's easy for me. I'm gonna go with Eagles. I know they had their slump at the end of the year, but I think they'll still take the edge. They have Barkley now, so their running game is gonna carry. Look at the other teams, Giants and Commanders, and like you said about the Cowboys, are they really going to throw their year away? So yeah, Eagles is easy for me.
Yeah, take the Commanders and Giants out of the equation right away. To me, it's the Cowboys and the Eagles, and until the Cowboys can just prove it, I can't take them either. I'm gonna have to match you there with the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they kind of had a season last year they're not proud of, and they want to kind of get back to that Super Bowl run. And they didn't win either in the Super Bowl, so they're and they're really that one turnover away in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, they are. Oh yeah,
and it's just that one turn. They played a great game,
or that PI call, whatever you want.
Yeah,
whatever you want to, depending on what kind of fan you are.
Anyway, so the Eagles, they're going to be tough. Here we go, the West,
your division.
Yeah. Easy Niners. They're still hungry. Yep. They want that Super Bowl victory. I think they're going to do everything they can to get back.
Yeah, I say Niners too. I mean, like Kittle said in the first Super Bowl against the Chiefs, he's like, I'm going to be back. And well, he was back and didn't win. So I'm wondering what he said when he was mic'd up during that didn't show, but I'm sure they're hungry just as much. They still have a talented roster. They don't need to pay Brock Purdy yet, so they're going to have to probably the next following year. So this is their last chance, I think, for a good Super Bowl run.
Yeah, and you look at all these teams, right? We're saying the Lions and the Packers, both playoff teams. Eagles and Cowboys, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And we're saying Bucks, Falcons, maybe Saints.
Toss-up, I would say, between Bucks and Falcons.
In the West, Niners and Rams. I can't. I have no expectations for the Seahawks.
Unless Geno Smith wins MVP.
He could. And, last time I went into a season with no expectations, we actually made the playoffs. I don't know if we won the division. We went to the playoffs, and I think it was the year after Wilson left.
Mm-hmm.
And, we got to the playoffs, and we did all right.
I felt like that with Tebow. We made the playoffs 8-8 and won in that overtime game against Steelers.
Oh, that was a good game, man. I remember it well. All right, let's get to the AFC. Here we go.
This one's a tough one. You can say any of those teams could be the division leader. But I'm going to go with the Ravens. They have King Henry as a running back now, and I think they're just going to be. They were the favorites. Everyone wanted Ravens to get into the Super Bowl. So if anyone can beat the Chiefs, I think Ravens can do it, and it has to start with a division leader.
Well, I'm looking at this, and my first instinct was the Bengals, but the Steelers were in every game last year without a quarterback. They
Now
were
they
in
have two.
every game. And I believe that Russell Wilson is going to have a year, and he is going to lead the Steelers to a AFC North championship division.
And is it just me? Does he just look better in black and gold?
He's probably a little more humbled too, right? So
Yeah.
you leave Seattle, you're all cocky, going to Denver, you want to fall into Peyton Manning's footsteps. That's what it was all
I'm
about.
sure.
And now it's like, okay, these guys are paying me nothing. I'm still making a lot of money because Denver's ratting those checks.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you what, I think it's just playing football now. He doesn't have to worry about a contract. He doesn't have one.
Yeah.
He's still getting paid. He just goes and plays football. It's more about his legacy and winning than it is for anything else.
Yep.
So I think there's no pressure on him other than what Fields is probably pushing him right now.
Yeah.
And if they start Wilson, I think they win the division. If Fields gets it, I don't think he makes it through the whole year. I think they are impatient because they have Wilson sitting there, right?
And then they just play him.
Mm-hmm. So that's not going to be fair to Fields. It's either play Wilson now.
Again, Tomlin, he has not had a losing season.
He's a great coach. Probably the best coach in the league.
He's been coaching 2005?
Dude,
or
Steelers have only ever had 3 head coaches ever. Chuck Noll, the guy that spits all the time he's talking. What's his name?
Starts with a C.
Coward.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bill Coward.
Bill Coward, yeah.
Yeah, and then now this guy, but I think he's the best coach in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Tomlin is the best coach in the league. He just looks like a guy you want to play for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, the South, always like the worst division in the AFC to me. This is like the South division in the AFC, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, if you think about it, Titans been to 1 Super Bowl, Colts have been to a few, and the other 2
expansion teams, one earlier, one later, but still both expansion. One from the '90s and one from the late 2000s. Mid 2000s.
Texans was, I think, 2004.
Oh, early 2000s. Is that early?
I want to say so.
I'm gonna go with the Texans. Colts. Who's their quarterback? That one guy.
Richardson.
Is he even okay?
Yeah, he's okay to play this year.
I don't know how they're going to be. The Jaguars, I don't think they're that good. The Titans are definitely not as good. I'm taking the Texans all day long with C.J. Stroud leading the way.
I mean, that's tough. I don't know. Jaguars, they had a good first half of this season, it seemed like last year.
And Titans have a new coach also.
Yeah. And I don't know, Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence is still there, still doing good. I shouldn't say he's an elite quarterback quite yet, but I'm tossed up between Jaguars and Texans. I'm going to go with Jaguars, just so that we're not picking the same ones.
Wow, the Jags. Well, you never know. They have been good.
Yeah.
They have been good. Trevor Lawrence.
We'll see how, January comes.
This Trevor's 4th year?
Yes.
The East. Now, this was a tough division last year because anybody could have won it other than the Patriots, which is funny that we say that now because they were always winning it easily. Bills, Dolphins, Jets, all much improved. All could win the division. I just don't know about Tua. He's just not a guy I look at and go, man, Dolphins are lucky that's their quarterback. I know they just paid him.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't look at him as that. The Bills, on the other hand, their quarterback, man, that guy's awesome. And if Rodgers can
go longer than 4
can make
plays.
it through the season, what could the Jets be? Because
We
they
haven't seen it yet.
were in games just by their defense. Now I'm hearing
Yeah.
they have a new defense this year.
I don't think
That's
they
what
do.
I've been hearing on the
Really?
radio. They have a new defense. I'm like, what's wrong with their old one?
No, their old one is fine, or their defense is fine. Because they have Sauce Gardner still, Williams, the Williams brothers.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think anything much changed with them, but okay.
So, all right, I'm taking the.
I'm going to take the Bills. Josh Allen again. He's kind of that guy that just can't get to the playoffs to beat the Chiefs. I mean, he gets to the playoffs, but the Chiefs are standing in his way. But in order to beat the Chiefs, you feel like they need to come into your house, and in order to do it, you got to be top division leader to get that home game, and then get that number 1 seed if possible.
I'm gonna go out on a little bit of a limb, and I'm gonna take the Jets, Jets, all the way for this division. I think they take the East and they edge the Bills, who will also be in the playoffs.
That would be entertaining to watch.
And how between the North and the East, they could legitimately have 3 teams
each yeah,
out of that division.
Well,
So,
the North could have all 4.
The North didn't they have all 4 last year?
At one point, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the West. Here you go. Your team. I noticed you put them at the top, and I know it's alphabetical order, but I think you did it on purpose.
No, it's alphabetical order. I had to make sure A, B, C.
Definitely not going to pick the Broncos. The Chargers now. Are they going to be that much better? Gosh, this Staley guy was the worst coach ever. Harbaugh.
You watched that meme that I sent you, or that video that I sent you of the Chargers head coaches in movies? Yeah,
dude,
that was pretty.
And then somebody just put the dumbest play in league history, where the Raiders were just going to run out the clock and play for overtime, and San Diego decided to call a timeout.
Yep, and then the Raiders kick the field goal and go to the playoffs.
Yeah, and the Chargers don't. Chargers could be really good. Obviously, I'm not picking anybody other than the Chiefs until someone knocks them off. So The Chiefs are my pick to win the division.
Yeah, sadly, I have to agree. Chiefs will take the division. I always have high hopes for the Broncos this year, because it can only get better. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Chiefs gets it, and like we said about the North and the East, I don't think anyone else will make the playoffs in the West. So, Chiefs will be the division winner there.
The Chiefs. Well, gosh, that was awesome. Thanks for putting that together, Travis. So, we want to bring you some fun stuff all year long. We're going to be. What's better than the NFL, right? There's nothing better than the NFL. We're even talking about the next Olympics. They're going to do flag football, and they're going to get NFL players on these flag football teams. Burrow said he wants to be the quarterback already. Can you imagine 2028 flag football with NFL players against the rest of the world?
Yeah, we own the world in Super Bowl wins, so
I can't even imagine them having a defensive back that could keep up with the wide receivers. Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world, yeah.
That'd be like...
Well, do you think like Jamaica would have to have a team just to have the speed to just cover our players?
I bet they can't catch. Yeah. They could cover maybe. I don't know.
They can bobsled.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen the movie. Anyway, that's anything you want to add for the end?
No, just look forward to seeing us every week. Again, like we said, we have some good stuff coming along, even if it is just your typical NFL football.
Yeah, and feedback. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, see the shorts, see TikTok.
We're going to try to branch out away from the studio bar that we have here, so hopefully
maybe we come to you live from from a high school football game or a college game. We don't know. We're gonna do some fun stuff, but if we end up right here, we're gonna bring it to you the best that we know how. I hope you're enjoying it. If there's anything you want to hear more of, let us know. You want us to talk about your team? We'll do it.
Yeah.
And we're going to be honest, even if they stink. So I hope it's not the Chiefs because I don't want to talk about them. But anyway, this is section 325. We're out of here.
Second half.